Thank you.
Really good. Today's 3 years in charge, Stephen. I suppose you couldn't have celebrated a milestone in any better fashion than that.
Aye, at times it feels like 30 to be fair, but you can't ask for a lot more than that. For me, it's an extension of our performances. You know, we've been, and you don't get the credit when you lose. Obviously, emotions are high. We've played very well in the last 3 games. I believe we've been better than Hearts and Hibs in the performances. Today we got our rewards, and you know we've raised expectations at this football club now. And it's not been because we've got massive resources or you know an injection of cash. It's because of the squad of players, and they deserve every amount of credit for the performance.
Stu and Amanda were terrific, weren't they? I mean, every single player, they obviously had a game plan, stuck to it and carried that out.
Yeah, we thought Jonah and Mika would give us a platform in the game. Thought that they'd hold the ball up, allow us to get a bit of ownership because you can't come to Ibrox and defend for 96 minutes. And we certainly weren't going to plan to do that. And then when the game opened up, all of Sani's pace, we really felt would hurt them. Which it proved. You don't always get them things right, but you know, on paper it sounds good. Today it worked in the park, and I think the biggest thing was we didn't feel under pressure. You come to these places and a lot of times you don't have ownership of the game. We felt we're in control of the game. When we landed on the ball, we were really brave, really brave, and created lots of half chances and perhaps could have scored a couple more.
When we spoke to you yesterday morning, you seemed unusually bullish about the chances coming here. You fancied coming here, didn't you?
Was I?
Yes.
I must have been in a good mood. I don't know why. I've just been for a run with the staff, that's why. I'll be honest with you, I always fancy my chances everywhere I go because I know the staff and the players work so hard on their shape. And there's teams in this division sit in, play in the counter at times. We go and we're aggressive. We press aggressively. You can't do it for 90 minutes, but when we go together as a team. And you always feel that if you can silence a crowd for 45 minutes, it gives you an opportunity, and that's what happened. Then Rangers have to come out and be a little bit more expansive, and it leaves gaps in behind. So we've got players we believe can hurt people. I think Chelsea's unbelievable off the bench at times, although you know I start him a lot of times as well. As I say, the expectation now is they don't fear anyone. I think the biggest thing you said to me, but they don't go and fear anybody, and that's testament to the players.
Stephen, did you sense Rangers' vulnerability this afternoon?
Look, we'll talk all about Rangers. I just want to talk about St Mirren. It's not my job to talk about Rangers. That's Philippe's job. My job's to acknowledge a very good performance. We sense we're in control of the game. Yes, we thought when we landed on the ball, we kept it well and got to the opposite side of the pitch. But it was clinical. We took our chances when they came, and we didn't feel we were under a lot of threat. So that we've got 3 clean sheets in 6 now, and that's the key to winning football matches.
When it went to 2-0, did you expect a more robust challenge? Did you expect to be under pressure a lot more than you were? Because sometimes here when teams go 2-0 up, then you get an immediate response. It just didn't seem to materialise.
No, and I believe that's credit to the St Mirren players. I'm not going to say anything bad about Rangers at all. It's not, as I say, it's not my job. My opinion on Rangers doesn't matter. My opinion on us is we had a game plan. We were very good at carrying it out, and we've been very good for a period of time without getting them headline results. We've got that today through hard work and endeavour and quality, and we have a big game Wednesday night now.
Stephen, a lot of times when teams come here and they maybe get something, the other angle is that there's a low block to beat. I didn't see that from St Mirren today. I saw St Mirren being aggressive. It was a very high line. You were a very good press. It was an excellent game plan which was carried out perfectly by the players. You must be overjoyed.
Yeah, you probably don't see us every week, but we do press aggressively every week, so we don't change when we come to the bigger clubs. You might take our line slightly deeper to start your press, but we've got legs and energy in the team. The players are the ones that have to do that. I can set them up and you can have all sorts of tactical ideas, but they deserve every amount of credit. They ran over Rangers at times, and their pressing and their quality when they landed on it was a joy to watch at times. And when you see a group of boys that don't get paid millions of pounds and just go and try and win every single game that they play, you can't do that at St Mirren. You have bad times, but I have to give them every amount of credit I can.
Mark, next to the headline performance, you get a result, a performance like that, you get the rewards finally as well. Can that get turbocharged? You can push towards this split in the top 6 and beyond and that stuff?
Yeah, we know we've got 4 games before the split after the next 2 that are vital. We play teams in and around us. Nothing will be settled today. What we said was we're under no pressure. There's teams with resources way beyond our imagination that are fighting for this top 6, and if we were to get 3 years in a row, it's a huge bonus. It's a massive overachievement from the group. You know, as I say, we've not had an individual investor, we've not had millions thrown at it. We've just tried to grow the club slowly, prudently, and you know, it's now, as I said, 6 games to go. Any St Mirren manager in the last 40 years would have snapped your hand off. And listen, I'll get credit for it, yes, of course, but the players deserve every amount of credit I can give.
It's the first one at Ibrox since 1991, as you mentioned there, 45 years since being able to kind of do it back to back. Is that the challenge you had set to the players before they go out and kind of make that milestone?
Yeah, we've set the challenge in the next 3 games. Everybody said that you've got Rangers, Hearts and Celtic, last year's top 3, and wrote us off. You won't get anything. We have a belief within ourselves if we press properly, if we land on the ball, and our thing that's been missing is we haven't been clinical enough in both boxes, and we were today. We don't talk about incentives of beating Rangers. You know, as my sole focus is on St Mirren, you can't worry about records. Somebody else can talk about records. That's their job. My job is to try and win every game. You can't do that, of course, but you have to set out to.
Stephen, can I just ask your thoughts on the potential red card just at the end of the first half?
The game happened so quickly. Did I think it was a red card? Look, it's not for me to suggest that all the players get sent off. You know, VAR have looked at it and thought it wasn't. It hasn't impacted the game, so I think it'd be wrong on me without seeing a proper replay. We've got one that goes in slow motion, so it's not wrong for me to comment on that. Jair, thank you.
Well done.